8 simulator games we wish were still on the market. Before we start, I'd like you to hit that red subscribe button so that you never miss out on any of our videos, and comment down below saying I subscribed to enter this month's shoutout giveaway. Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to The Show Palace. A simulation game attempts to copy various activities from real life in the form of a game for various purposes such as training, analysis, or prediction. Usually there are no strictly defined goals in the game, with the player instead allowed to control a character or environment freely. Well-known examples are war games, business games, and roleplay simulation. Number 1. Escaping escapism. Even when created to critique or raise awareness, entertainment is escapism, allowing us to explore new worlds and experiences. In video games, we can explore the roles of soldiers, fantasy warriors, and goats. That's just one kind of escapism, however. Games like Flight Simulator are grounded, pun intended, in their realism as much as they are to their spectacle. The thrill comes from accessing a world that is true to life, but out of reach for the average person. How many people can claim that they have flown the Concorde on a transatlantic run? Besides that, there's something sweet about an extreme hobbyist who spends months perfecting a model train diorama or guiding trucks safely from Linz to Berlin. Number 2. Kerbal Space Program. You know a space flight simulator is doing something right when NASA and SpaceX CEO Elon Musk start getting interested. Despite the QT appearance of its astronauts, Kerbal Space Program is an incredibly detailed physics-based space game which lets you design and construct your own spacecraft and then launch it into orbit and do impossibly complicated things like docking with other vessels or landing your wobbly phallic construct on the moon. Is it 100% realistic? Given that it's simulating one of the most complicated human endeavors ever undertaken and letting you have a go with your mouse and keyboard, there is an element of creative licensing. However, it's about as close as the medium has ever produced. Every physical object in the game abides by Newtonian dynamics. Sadly, the game has been announced TBD. Number 3. Silent Hunter, Wolves of the Pacific. Contrary to their depiction in film, submarines aren't sleek, agile instruments of death. They're vulnerable at sea level and all but blind below it. They hunt for freighters in an incomprehensibly vast ocean for days at a time, and when they do engage in combat, it moves at a kind of perpetual bullet time. If ever a subject matter didn't lend itself to video games, submarine combat is it. Released way back in 2007 when YouTube was in its nappies, SH4 was almost eligible for a state pension at this point. Although later iterations have modernized its visuals, they haven't bested its atmosphere and tension, and its freeform career mode, played from allied perspectives in the Pacific theater of war, is still the best simulated submariner experience on offer. Number 4. XPlane 10 Global. XPlane 10's physics model feels different. Wings bend more visibly and weight is conveyed more tangibly than in FSX, thanks to underpinning systems that calculate a plane's behavior according to its 3D model and engine output, then simulates the air's behavior as the model tears through it. While its ATC and traffic AI are often derided in comparison for guiding you into suicidal maneuvers, the helicopters are regarded as much more convincing by those in the know. Number 5. IL2 Stratos, Cliffs of Dover. Cliffs of Dover wasn't anything like the supreme fight and flight extraordinaire it is today when it first rumbled apologetically down the runway in 2011, but a series of staggeringly high-quality patches from Norway-based collective Team Fusion now leave it worthy of its IL2 Stratos moniker. Performance issues have been ironed out and the original notoriously dodging AI fixed with more sensible routines. There are new aircraft variants in the modern-day Cliffs of Dover too, and the original planes enjoy a physics rework that improves ground handling, much more challenging than in 1C's base game, but much more realistic. Number 6. Mad Tower Tycoon.
The goal today is very simple. We're going to make a skyscraper that makes as much money as possible with whatever sacrifices we need to make in order to do that. We've got 100 stories to work with, and there's going to be a lot of suffering involved in this one.
Real estate becomes virtual with this engaging tower sim by Eggcode. Build a skyscraper that will stand the test of time, and then fill it with luxury apartments, offices, or deluxe entertainment to excite the masses. Then it's your job to make sure your building stays clean, well-powered, and convenient. The game's primary challenge is managing transport in your new metropolitan monolith, and the game's limited capacity elevators make this an interesting challenge. Number 7. Not for broadcast.
Listen, now I know you've only come in to clean up the place, but I've got a bit caught up, so you're gonna have to run the news tonight. Now don't worry, it's not hard and I'm gonna stay on the phone and help you. First, I'm gonna give you a quick tour of the broadcast room, so if you're not doing it already, look forwards towards all those screens.
The world of television is a fast-paced, high-stress place at best of times, let alone in a dystopian alternate 1980s where broadcasts are actively censored. Although you're only the cleaner, you've accidentally found yourself behind the mixing desk of the biggest news program on TV, National Nightly News. Underqualified and at risk of falling foul of the shady powers behind the scenes, it is your job to select the camera feeds, bleep out foul language, and choose the headlines that will be broadcast to the world. Like its fellow bureaucrat simulator Papers, Please, you can choose to play the duty beautiful porn or deliberately cause trouble. Whatever you decide, you only have a few seconds to act because the news is going out live. Number 8. Kill it with fire.
Hey, how's it going? Spy here, and welcome to Kill It With Fire, the full release. And here we are in my favorite place of the house, the kitchen, where I get to make sandwiches?
The common spider, mankind's most ancient and deadly nemesis, as a licensed kill it with fire exterminator, it's your duty to fight back. Gather your arsenal and hunt the 8-legged menace on a journey across suburbia and beyond. To defeat spiders, you must exploit their one weakness, fire, or bullets, or explosions, throwing stars, getting smashed by stuff, pretty much anything really. But then, that doesn't mean it's going to be easy. First, you've got to find them. This brings us to the end of our video. I hope you enjoyed it. Hit like if you did, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel so that you don't miss out on any of our videos in the future. Also, watch the 2 videos that are currently on your screen, because I'm sure you'll love them. And with that, I'll see you in the next video.